Alright, full ball vision. We're back. We are back on the scene. And you know the drill. You know the drill. You know the drill. We're going to play some blindfold rapid games. Let's just move that mic down so you can see my pretty face. Alright. Okay, we had a couple of good games this morning. One of them was an unfortunate blunder that lost, and the other one we were dead lost, and then we managed to get a checkmate on the board. And we're about to move in with a new game. So let's just set things up behind the scenes. Alright, here we are. And we've walked into a Queen's Gambit, which I don't normally play, so let's just do the Albin. And just try and make things messy. Normally I play knight f6 against d4, but in all of the panic and chaos of streaming, I went and played d5. Okay, normally they play de there, so what do we do? Take back with the queen? Or do we take their pawn? You know, I reckon we should take their pawn and bring their queen out. Okay, because now maybe we can play knight c6. That would be a thing that we could do. We could also play knight f6. Try to attack d5, or we can play c6. I also think we can play bishop e6 now. That's a bit weak. Yeah, bishop e6 it must be playable. Bishop e6, probably queen a4, bishop d7, knight c6. It's also playable. And so is knight f6. I guess they will play knight c3. Let's just play knight. Hang on. There's too much to think about. Let's just play knight f6. Yep, expected. Queen's still undefended. So he can still play knight c6. And bishop e6. How will they try to defend this pawn? Probably with e4. If we play bishop e6. I think I think we should play knight c6 somehow. Tough. Or just c6. What about c5? Okay, let's just try and get the pawn back with c6. I don't think they can capture because the queen on d4 is unprotected. Okay, so the d5 pawn here is pinned. So, I mean, dc is not going to be played. Okay, interesting. So they pinned our f6 knight to our queen. So I think we should play bishop e7. Does this allow d6? Well, I guess it does allow it, but I think we can just take. Okay, so the d pawn is still pinned. Their d pawn is still pinned due to this. Okay, and our knight just unpinned. So now we can just play knight d5. And while we can, I think we should. Probably they'll play knight takes d5. We could play bishop e4, I think. Anyway, this has to be the way to solve the problem. Do we allow a queen takes b g7? I think we did, but it wasn't acted upon. Okay, now we take back with the knight, I think. Oh, we can't take with the queen. Okay, the problem for me now is that g7 is attacked. Okay. All right, I'm gonna give the pawn back on d5. Okay, it's bishop e6. Well, it's castles. Bishop e6 hangs b7. It's kind of what we want. Have they got a knight on f3? I think they have. All right, what just happened? A bunch of stuff disappeared. Our minor pieces are over here. Their minor pieces are on, I think, f3. f1. Their pawn structure is looking like this, I think. Maybe like this, actually. Oh, no, like so. And ours is looking like this. Okay, so the C file is open. That's important. That means that there might be a queen b4 check. I think this queen b4 check. Isn't that annoying? On queen b4 check, probably queen d2. All right, let's try and play for development. b7 is protected by the queen on e7. I'm just hoping the queen moves somewhere. I don't know where the queen's going to go. That allows a queen b4 check. Just a pawn down. Not the end of the world. Oh, hang on, isn't there a bishop b5 check? That's annoying. Play queen d2, okay. Hang on, are the knights? Okay. Alright, knight c6. I'm going to play. Just so the bishop b5 isn't a check that allows him to castle. Or bishop. Ooh. Bishop b5 is not a check. So bishop b5, I'm going to hopefully meet that with rook d8. Try and get some compensation with this pawn that I've sacked. But it was a bad sack. It was just a bad sack. Because, you know, I misplayed my opening, right? I misplayed after the initial move, d5, I played d4, sorry, I played d5 instead of knight f6. Alright, can we see where the pieces are? I think so. It's a pretty simple position. Interesting. Okay. Ah, the bishop was never able to come out. Okay, this is good news. Okay, let's go rook d8. Hitting the queen. Now, where does the queen go? You don't want to allow queen b4 check. Sorry, queen b4 check, I don't think. So what's the natural move in that respect? Queen c3? They played knight d4, but that's pinned. Okay, but it's an outpost. Well, I can take it in... oh, check this out. Takes, e takes. It's forced. Oh. And then there's like, there are all sorts of discoveries, so we have to go in for that. E takes. note that there's no check to be thrown in here because my knight's covering b5. Okay, we might have got something out of this game. So I'm expecting, yeah, e takes. Now there are all sorts of discoveries. Question, is there any of them any good? Where's the queen? The queen's on d2. Maybe we can win our pawn back with bishop c4, because they'll probably play bishop e2. Then we can go bishop e2, queen e2. Then we can actually play rook takes d4. With or without a queen trade. Question is there anything better? Oh, maybe there is. Maybe on bishop c4, bishop e2, we can just go straight in rook d4, because the queen in that position is the only thing defending against queen takes e2 mate. Okay, so I guess the question is whether we want to actually place our bishop on g4 or on c4. I kind of like c4 somehow. c4 doesn't fall, on g4 I can see an f3 hitting my bishop. So, okay. Alright, so we see that after bishop c4, check, bishop e2 looks problematic. So what other resource do they have? Only actually king king d1. Okay, so that's what makes bishop g4 a better move, right? Because on bishop g4 there's no king e1, king d1. They have to play, they can play queen d3, e3, sorry. Alright, queen e3 is the antidote in all lines. Okay, but that does allow rook takes d4. Okay, I think that's what we should do, because if we go to c4, queen e3, well, there's still rook takes d4 actually. Defending our bishop. Okay, I'm gonna go bishop c4 check. Expecting queen e3. Oh, hang on, we allowed queen. I just allowed it. I just allowed king d1. Like, why did I do that? I said I wouldn't do that. I've just done it. Okay, that's so annoying. So confused me. Yeah, for fuck's sake. What a bug. I'm going to take here. I just missed my opportunity to win the pawn back. Okay, I'm going to castle. Right, so we should be able to see the position quite clearly here. This is the pawn structure. Okay, so they've gone there and attacked our queen, which sort of makes sense. Okay, but we want to put an attack on d4 and on h2, probably with this move. Actually, yeah. That looks like a very good move, so let's go. This is a bad threat, right? Rook takes d4 will pin the queen. So they're going to have to defend against that, but also defend queen takes h2. And with the king stuck in the middle here on d1, this looks quite good for us actually. d1, queen on d2, rook on e1, rook on a1, completely out of the game. And our rooks, well, our rook on fa isn't doing much yet, but our rook on d8 is brilliant. Our queen is in a very good position. And I think black's better here. I'm going to go out on a limb and say black is like way better here, despite the pawn material, the pawn disadvantage. Despite the material disadvantage of one pawn, I think black is way better. Big problem here though is the clock. Now then, difficulties. Now then, if you defend d4, how do you do that? I mean, maybe you can't defend d4, right? You can't do it with the e1 rook. Okay, so you accept that this pawn is going to get captured. So probably you move your queen. That's what they've done. Okay, but this allows rook takes d4 with check. Or even queen d4 with check. Or even queen takes h2. Any other moves. So on rook d4 check, the king will move. Huh. Alright, and what king moves are possible? So we should be able to calculate quite. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and play that. Because that looks like the best move. Because a king... Oh, but hang on, now there's rook e4. Oh, it's game over. Hang on, here we go, here we go. Here we go. Let's just work this out. See that? Now just queen takes. Okay. Alright, so now all we need to do is just win. Okay, so we don't need to worry about the clock, because this position should be quite easy. You just need to know where all the pawns are. I'm not sure that's exactly right. Anyway, let's give it a check. So just make left. They're probably going to attack our queen. Oh, they've attacked it that way. That tells us there's a pawn on f2. Okay, I'm going to sit my queen on c2. So I'm attacking b2. Again, I think these are my pawns. These are their pawns. And my king is here. Their king is there. I have a rook on f1. Yeah, queen on c1. Okay, I'll just put my rook on the same. And double up with my queen. Queen b2 was probably also good there. Okay, so they've gone back, which makes sense. Okay, we play queen b2. I have a reason to do that. Was that not a capture? Looks like that wasn't a capture. Okay. Okay. Okay, so they're messing around, attacking my queen, left, right, and center. Where do we want the queen? Okay, I'm going to go back to b7. I'm going to bring the queen to f6. So by the way, okay, so they've gone there. No, let's just advance the king. Move their rook away. Okay, so I'm just going to go b6. See what they do. Rook d7. Okay, cool. This is a fork, actually. So I think that forces... Okay, yeah, okay, makes sense. Okay, a4. a5, sorry. h6, okay. I think I can go up to c2 a2 now. And from there, I think I threaten queen takes f2. Again, my pawns are like so, and I believe their pawns are like, I mean, I thought they were like this, but there can't be a pawn on b2. There's a pawn on a2. Okay, so they've gone, yeah, okay, that I understand. But now if I play queen, my queen's not on f6. Oh, sorry, my queen is on. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm gonna go rook a2, that was a check, okay. So that I can play rook c2, queen c2. Okay, that's a check, that's an attack on my queen. Queen c2, threatening queen takes g2 mate. Rook d2 just loses. So how do you defend against the mate? I don't think you do. I think this is game over. Alright. Oh, that's one way. Okay. Let's just bully that rook around. Yeah, let's bully it again. And again. Right, there was a pawn on b2. Okay. We should just be able to keep them tied up now. How was that not a check? Oh, so they play king h2, that's why. King h3 now. I don't really understand the situation here. Is it like this? I think my king is here, actually, and I've got pawns like this. Like this, I think. Rook here, and rook here, queen and rook in the corner. I think their pawn structure is like that. So what are my weaknesses? This is my weakness, f2. f7, sorry. I think that's a check. Looks like it was. Advance. Okay, this looks fine, so I'm gonna go here. I don't know if that's a check or not. Second queen. Okay. Now we're just a whole rook up. So not quite sure where their pawns are and stuff. Okay, can't I? Did they attack us or not? Okay. I'm gonna go here. Okay, good. Right, this is easy now. Okay. Block that king in. So I think pawn structures like this. Did they? Yeah, okay. Ha, that will be a stalemate. Okay, you know what, I'm just gonna go here just to see if they play king f4. expecting king f4. Okay, we can take that. Now probably king takes g4. Oh, they've got an f pawn. Okay, can't we just go here? Is that check? King f4 now? Okay. King h3. g5 takes. g5 takes. King h5. Okay. That was definitely king g3. And they resigned. Great stuff. Oh, we did have the correct position in mind at the end there, so that's good. Alright, no analysis yet, but it's coming. That was a reasonably well played game, I would say. I mean, for sure there were quicker ways to win at the end, but I don't think it matters that much when you're playing blind. So nice one. Alright. Let's have another one. That'll take us to 4-game session for the day. Okay. Jiggery pokery behind the scenes to set up. And let's go. Okay, we're in Italian game. Knight f6. What do they do? Knight g5. d4, okay. My favourite. Take a d4. e5. d5. Bishop b5 check normally. Oh, en passant. They took en passant? That's not normal.
Inaccuracy.
I think I can take bishop d6 now. So let's just do that. We've got to start playing faster. Alright, so they got this situation, so they got rid of these two pawns. These guys. Well done. And we managed to capture on d4 and get our bishop out to d6. Oh, wrong color. Like so. And get our bishop out to d6 with our knight on f6 and another knight still on c6, right? Defending d4. Now maybe bishop g4 is an idea. Do they have some bishop f7? I don't think that's ever going to work with like a knight g4 or something, because our bishop's protected by our f6 knight. Is that really what just happened? d4 takes... Yeah, d4. Yeah, it is. I guess on bishop g4 there's rook e1 check, right? Sorry, if I play bishop g4 they can play rook e1 check, and I don't like that so much. I can castle. Alright, this looks great. Pawn up. Fully equalised as black. In fact, I think we've probably got the edge. Alright. Interestingly, if they take, we take, they take. Yeah, okay, that doesn't work out. Don't think. Alright, let's just keep the pawn. Knight takes c3, I'm expecting. Yeah, knight c3, bishop g4. I mean, why not? Easy position to see. Why is it easy? It's easy because their pawn structure just looks like this, and our pawn structure just looks like that. And all the pieces are just in natural and obvious squares. By the way, this knight is pinned. So can't we just jump in with knight d4 now? I guess I might be saying if we play knight d4, they've got bishop h7, there's a king h7 and queen d4. But unfortunately that doesn't work because there's bishop h2 check at the end of the line. Okay, maybe not bishop. No, there's yeah, you gotta play. Bishop takes f3. Okay, so the line I'm thinking of is quite long. But I mean, if I can play knight d4, there are all sorts of possibilities here. Knight d4. Okay, they're gonna play bishop h7. Let's say we play knight h7. Just so we don't put our king on the h7 square. Let's use the right colours as well. I know I'm losing a lot of time doing this. Bishop takes h7, knight takes h7. Their idea is to play queen d4. But I think then we can go bishop takes f3. And that wins the piece back, because on gf3 there's bishop h7 check, king h7, queen takes d4. So that means that knight d4 might be a good move. So let's go for it. I'm expecting bishop h7. I mean, at the very least, if my combination doesn't work, I'm just giving the pawn back, I think. And on bishop h7, the question is, should I take back with the king or the knight? I want to keep my knight on f6, so I prefer to take back with the king. But when the queen then recaptures on d4, I just play bishop e2. Oh, now I can just, I can pick up the bishop pair. Whilst maintaining all the pins. Probably they'll play queen takes quickly. Yeah. And now there's even rook e8. That's pinned. They still have a dark square bishop? They must do. Their minor pieces are like so, I believe, and our minor pieces are like this. I'm gonna go rook e8, queen d3. Hang on, that looks wrong because there's no pawn on c2. Queen d3. Don't we just have bishop takes h2? I think we do, you know. Queen d3.
Double question mark.
I think so. I guess the only thing I need to check is did something happen that I'm not aware of that makes this okay? Like, is there a rook on d1? I don't think so. Right, because there's a bishop on c1, and the queen just went d1, e2, d3. The c2 pawn went to c3, right, where it was captured. So I'm just going to reconstruct the whole position here. I think h2, g2, f2, a2, b2, their pawns. My pawns are h7, g7, c7, f7, c7, b7, a7. I have knights on the natural squares, and so do they. Nope, sorry. Don't have a knight on c6. I've got a bishop on d6. A bishop on g4, they've got a bishop on c1, their queen is on d3, they've got rooks on f1 and a1, and I've got rooks on e8 AH, my queen is on D8, so yeah. Bishop takes H2.
X-Clan.
Knight takes, follow it with queen takes D3. And that looks like a wrap. Okay, they get the knight on, they get the bishop on G4 as well. So they got both their bishops back for the queen. Well, they resigned. Oh yeah, it was protected. All right. Well, what can you do? Guess you can just play another game. Well, it wasn't a bad game. We did well. We spotted our chance, and we played it, and we won the game. What more can you ask for? Good game. Okay. You know what? I think we should call it there. Let's call it there. I'm going to ball that game. Sorry, Lee Chess. We're going to be back. We're going to make some changes to the stream and improve things, and we'll be back. All right. See you later.